With 365 days in the year and weather happening 24/7, it can be hard to encompass everything in just a top 10 list. Let's dive into a few other high-impact events that left a mark on 2021. Louisiana was once again the epicenter for tropical activity. However, before the hurricane season even began, parts of the state saw historic flooding starting May 16th. Between a surging front and numerous outflow boundaries, stationary storms produced rainfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour.
We had several feet of water on some of the local roads.
More than a foot of rain in Calcasieu Parish and Lake Charles made this the third heaviest rain event in city history. More structures were flooded than Hurricanes Laura and Delta combined. Just a few months later, communities in and around Waverly, Tennessee were also changed forever by one night of heavy rain. Early on August 21st, a strengthening stationary boundary and low-level jet fueled thunderstorms for hours. In a 24-hour period, a rain gauge in McEwen, Tennessee recorded 20.73 inches of water, setting a new state daily rainfall record. Trace Creek near Waverly rose rapidly that night, inundating the town. Nearly 24 people lost their lives, as the worst of the event occurred while locals were sleeping. During the peak of hurricane season, Hurricane Nicholas developed in the Bay of Campeche. Nicholas may not have been the strongest of the 2021 hurricane season, but significant flooding still made the storm a billion-dollar weather disaster. It moved north along the Mexico-Texas coastline, making landfall near Sargent Beach, Texas, as a Category 1 storm.
The storm surge from Nicholas, it is crawling this way.
Its slow movement allowed tropical moisture to linger in the southeast for days. Galveston, Texas saw more than a foot of rain. Nicholas's impacts hit Louisiana just 2 weeks after major Hurricane Ida devastated the state. The Pacific Northwest saw its turn with dangerous flooding this fall. Seattle saw its wettest meteorological fall on record with just over 19 inches of rain. But it all came to a head north and west of the city, with an atmospheric river from November 13th through the 15th. Substantial flooding, record rainfall, and numerous mudslides closed hundreds of miles of roadway. Several rivers, such as the Skagit River, rose to near record flood stage.
It's been way over the top. We've had 150 to 300% of normal of what is our wettest month.
Many homes and businesses flooded, and hundreds had to be evacuated to safety. 2 weeks later, many of the same saturated communities were inundated by another atmospheric river event. Fall in Oklahoma was all about severe weather. The Sooner State set a record number of October tornadoes, more than all other months of 2021 combined.
That's crazy!
31 tornadoes touched down with outbreaks on October 10th and 12th through the 13th, accounting for the majority of the reports.
You can see some of the damage behind me at this location. A pickup truck was actually pipped up and flipped over.
Most of the tornadoes were weak in nature, except for an EF2 that struck near Anadarko, leading to serious damage. The best news to come along with this record-breaking month: 0 deaths were reported. What was your most memorable weather moment of 2021? Connect with us on Twitter and share your story. For Weather Nation, I'm meteorologist Eric Estreva.